Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we're taking a look at Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is obviously a remake. So Metal Gear Solid 3, I did have it on PlayStation 2. I think I've still got it somewhere. I never really played it though. It's weird. I find Metal Gear games really take a while to sort of drag me in and get me to go through it. Once I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it, but there's no initial pull for me. Like, I play it a little bit, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, good. But it never really grips me at the beginning. It takes me a little while to get gripped by it and dragged in, so I never really played it that much. So when I saw this, I was kind of like, well, if I review it, I've got to play the fucking thing, so let's do it. I should be finishing this. And I have now finished. I was a crocodile, if you're interested. So I have finally finished Metal Gear Solid 3, albeit in remake form. How is it as a remake? It is pretty damn good. Graphically, it's very nice. It is running on the Unreal 5 engine, which, you know, the fidelity of the graphics has never been in question with it, but the performance always has. It still has to, you know, compile shaders and all that bollocks at the start, but I think they've worked out a way around it by capping the game at 60. There you go. It ran quite nicely. I've got it on Top Banana. I've got, I think DLSS on quality. I pushed it as much as I could, and to be fair, it does still drop below 60 sometimes, but it's like low 50s minimum, I think. So it's not too bad in performance stakes. I will talk about the game because even though it's, what, 2004 originally came out in? So 21 years, nice. I will talk about it because, meh, I won't be spoiling it though. So if you haven't played it, I suggest this is rather a good place to start, which is what I did. So the game itself has two options. You've got the new style and the legacy style. New style is more like current day action games, so third person, you move the camera around, all that jazz. You also have the legacy style, which is the overhead view, with controls similar to the original release. And it's Metal Gear Solid 3 without sort of taking into account the remake elements, is a very good game. Once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. I think it was the whole, oh, I'm outside dealing with nature. I'm like, okay, in the first one I was in a base, second one I was in an oil rig, and now I'm like in a jungle. Ugh. But like, you go through and you go on and you find the jungle bits are actually pretty good, and they're not as I was thinking to be like, I'm going to be lost as fuck. I honestly can't remember if the original one had the compass, but this one has a compass, so it points, gives you a compass point towards your objective, which is very nice, because I didn't get lost in the jungle once while playing the game, except at the start of the footage I captured that I may or may not show you, where I forgot to get my backpack and then couldn't find it. I'm an idiot. Shut up. So it's a great game. I am very much a fan of Eva's dress sense. I think more women should go out with their jumpsuits undone to their waist. That seems like a style choice to me that I can get behind, personally. It's not my favourite Metal Gear Solid game. My favourite Metal Gear Solid game is 4. Because of Naomi and, I can't remember what they're called, the Hot Women Animal Squad thing. Like, what was it? Laughing Octopus or whatever. Those guys. And when you like beat them and they kind of peeled off into their skin suits. Let's play that again. Yes, could do a remake of that one, boys. Just saying. Get that one on the go. 1 and 2 first, please. Though obviously, I would love to see like something like this applied to 1 and 2. Even I know 2 did the whole bait and switch thing, but I really liked that game until the very end, where it started going on about VR soldiers. I'm just like, shut up. You've gone weird. Shut up. Yeah, this doesn't have too much of the signature weirdness. There is a few bits, obviously. Like, the main bad guys are fairly weird. And I didn't beat the end by leaving him to die of old age. You'll be pleased to hear I shot him with a sniper rifle, so yay me. The game itself is not difficult, so that's nice. Some of the bosses are challenged, but generally speaking, it's working out what you have to do to specifically beat the boss. There's literally one where you kind of just have to die. And there I was wasting all my machine gun ammo. I don't do well in stealth games, you know that, but generally speaking in this, you don't need to stealth it. For like 99% of the game, violence is an option, and it's always an option I'm going to take. So I was pleased by that. I can't give you too many comparisons between the remake and the original, because I didn't play the original enough to feel like I'm qualified to do so. The remake is a very nice looking game. It plays mostly like something more sort of from this day. The aiming is still janky, and I find some of the CQC stuff a little bit jank as well. But I did like it. I liked the fact that you had injuries that you could heal. I didn't think I was going to like it at first, but then I kind of did. I don't know why though. It just kind of appealed to me. Weird. And obviously you can eat snakes. Hence the name. So all kinds of snakes. You have all kinds of food available. I'm sure most of you are aware of this. And some of it tastes good. Some of it doesn't taste so good. Some of it gives you a lot of stamina back. Some of it gives you less of a stamina back. And your health will recover by draining your stamina bar. So that's how you keep your stamina up. Anyway, I always had like too much food for the most part, until it would put you in situations where you lost your inventory, which is like my favourite thing ever. I did have one crash in the game. It was quite near the end. There was still like another hour to go, I found out. But and Snake literally just said the line, "It's over." And then my screen froze. I was like, "Yep, you're right. It's over." Yeah, that was quite that tickled me, to be fair. I found it quite funny. The sound kept going and something epic was happening. I could hear that much, but the screen just stayed frozen, so I just closed the game and thought, yep, well, I know I'm near the end, so I'll finish it tomorrow. And I did. So there we go. Yeah, some of the more interesting elements of the game need a bit more signposting, at least for my dumbass. I had to look it up. It's like jail cell. Okay, well I've got a suicide pill, like a fake suicide pill, and an antidote for it. So I'll take that, and they'll come in and be like, "Oh, look, he's dead. I'll go get somebody." And then and I did it, and it's like game over. I was like, "Oh, shit! I must not have to do that. Continue." And then tried everything I could think of to get out of that jail cell, and couldn't. Looked up a guide, and it's like, "Yeah, once the game over screen comes up, you can use the pill." I was like, "Oh, that would have been good to know." But I mean, that is me being dumb to some extent. But like normally when a game over screen comes up, you don't expect to be able to access your inventory. So, and you had to use that again at another point, but you never use the antidote, or I didn't. I just used the pill and it went on a cutscene, and I was fine afterwards. I was like, oh okay, fair enough then. The last boss fight annoyed me. Because I started playing it, wasn't getting very far, and I thought, okay, fuck it, how do I beat this bitch? Looked it up, I was like, oh, okay, so CQC, gotta hit the button at the right time. Could I? Fuck. I don't know if it's just me being shit, but I could not touch her in CQC. She would just drive my face into the ground every fucking time. And after I got fed up of like healing all my broken bones and shit every time, after it takes Snake forever to get up, and when I say get up, I mean I have to manually get him up because it recovers into laying position for some reason, and I have to get him back to his feet, which was annoying. I would rather he just like sprang up. I guess it's situational. You don't want that kind of happening if you're being stealthy, but on the other side of the coin, you probably wouldn't have been knocked on your ass if you're being stealthy. So, so yeah, couldn't do that. So eventually figured out hiding behind a trunk and shooting her with a sniper rifle in the face was the way to go. And I beat her like that. I'm sure there's an achievement for like getting her non-lethally or something. So maybe I'll try it again on another playthrough. It is worth doing multiple playthroughs. There are different variations of the ending, and it is very James Bondy, surprisingly. So, I mean, James Bond is mentioned in one of your operators that you talk to after you go and save. She mentions the James Bond movie, and Snake's like, I don't like James Bond movie. And you're just like, yeah, you're kind of in one, pal. Especially after you get like the stylized Snake Eater opening, and the ending is super James Bondy. So, but you know, in the good way. To take from that one whatever you want. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed playing through it, and I will probably do so again before it is uninstalled from my system to make way for more delightful games. But I mean, it is like full price, so you're talking between 70 and 80, something like that. So it isn't cheap. And if you got Metal Gear Solid 3 or the HD remaster, or was it the Solidus edition or the Subsistence? I think it's Subsistence. Then it is pretty much the same game from what I understand, apart from, you know, the sort of new style features of making it third person and quality of life bits. So I'm not sure like £70-80 enough. Maybe if it comes down a bit, you know, and it's one of your favourite games, then yeah, probably. If it's one of your favourite games, you probably have gotten it anyway, because it's one of your favourite games. Why wouldn't you want to do it in glorious HD and better graphics, even if it is Unreal 5? Can we just stop using that? Can we just not use Unreal anymore until they sort it out? Maybe they actually sort it out if people stop using it. It is by far the engine I've had the most stutters with. It seems like it stutters for ages on Unreal 5 games. For a lot of them, this one didn't, as it happens, which is weird. But for a lot of them, it seems to stutter for a long time and then sort of even out. And it's fine. But it's really annoying, because you're like, well, okay, I've got the game going, I'll go make a cup of tea, have fag, and I'll come back up and maybe the starters will be done. You know? But yeah, so Metal Gear Solid Delta, if you haven't played it, highly recommend, as long as you're like open to some of the eccentricities we're used to in Kojima games. I would recommend this over fucking, I can't remember the name of it now. Norman Reedus walking about the place, that one. Oh, I didn't. But that is just not enough to satisfy him. Oh, now he's oh no, I'm not even gonna. It was weird and boring and made no sense. So, okay, I know is there a second one? I think there's a second one out. Not touched it. Not planning on touching it either. Staying away from that. I think we'll just slot that in the section that says not my bag. Done. We did review it on the channel, the first one, so if you want to go and watch that, it is up. And that was a review that Snare and I did. So I think we were of similar mind back then. It is hard to remember. It was a while ago. Anyway, guys, so yeah, would recommend Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. It is, I guess it always has been, a fantastic game, and I do not regret paying the exorbitant amount of money it cost me, because it is a great game and I enjoyed it a lot, and we'll be playing it again because now I have a new gun to shoot people with. Anyway, guys, that's it for this week. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.